Hello! Today we are going to make sodium borate or borax crystals. Here is one that I made 12 hours ago. And this is on a pipe cleaner. And it's huge. Crystals grew overnight and they are really, really big. So just in 12 hours I grew a lot of crystals. The first thing we need to do is get pipe cleaners, and you can use white ones or you can use colored ones. It's up to you. If you are going to try to use food coloring, I recommend using the white ones then so that the food coloring will stick and show up better on the white. So it is fall and the leaves are changing colors. I'm going to try to make a leaf out of my pipe cleaner. Maybe you want to do another fall thing like a pumpkin or whatever shape you would like with your pipe cleaner. Just it helps to have an image or the item that you want to make the shape of, just so you know when to bend your pipe cleaner. So before you make your shape, your leaf, whatever jar you're going to use to make your crystals in, it needs to have a big enough opening that when your shape is done, it will fit inside without touching the sides. So you want to think about that while you're making your shape. So I'm going to make a leaf. Once you have your shape and it fits in your jar without touching the sides, we need to make our super saturated solution with our borax. So have an adult help you. We're going to need boiling water for this part. And so have an adult do the boiling water and you can help mix our ingredients in. We need 1 cup of boiling water for every 4 tablespoons of borax. So depending on the size of your jar, you might need more than 1 cup of boiling water. So you're going to have an adult help you carefully pour your hot water into your jar. And we are going to need 4 tablespoons of our borax. Then we'll give it a stir. So our solution here should be very cloudy, and mine is a white cloudy solution. It's no longer clear water. And we're using this hot water because the hot water allows us to add more borax and it becomes suspended in the solution. And when the water cools, as we let it sit after we get this in there, that borax will come out of the solution because the cold water can't hold as much of the borax, so it will start to fall out of the solution. And when it falls out, it will attach to different nucleation points, different parts inside of our jar that have little cracks and things like that, and onto our pipe cleaners. If you're going to add food coloring, I probably added about 8 drops total to this last one that I did, and there's not much color at all. So if you want to add food coloring, I would recommend adding 15 to 20 drops of food coloring. All right, for adding your leaf or whatever you decided to make with your pipe cleaner, we're going to need a piece of string and either a pencil or a popsicle stick because we're going to end up hanging it in our jar. So take one end of your string and tie it to whatever you're going to use to hold the string, and make sure you tie it tight. Just do an overhand knot. And that part will stay on top so it doesn't fall in. Then we're going to tie the other part to our leaf. And remember, we don't want our leaf to be touching any sides of the jar, or it will start to attach to the jar. All of those crystals will attach to the jar. So once you tie it, this is going to be way too long for my jar, but what you can do is we'll adjust by rolling it up when we set it on the side. If you have extra string like I do on the side, just snip it off because we don't want crystals forming on that. So anything in our suspension here is going to get crystals growing on it. I switched jars. My pickle jar was a little bit big. So get your leaf or whatever shape you made into your solution, and you want to look from all sides and make sure it's not touching the bottom, which depending on how much food coloring you have, it can be a little difficult to see all the way to the bottom. But you can always just roll your stick up one notch if it is a little bit on the bottom, and then just make sure it's not touching any sides of your jar. So now that you have it at this point, you need to find a spot to set it that it won't be disturbed. Even a little bump on accident when it's cooling down and the crystals are starting to form can disrupt those crystals from forming. So maybe a windowsill or a high up bookshelf that you can find a spot to set this. After 12 hours, when you check your crystals, if you take them out, if you're happy with them, you just want to set them on a plate with a paper towel and let them dry for about an hour. And then, if you want, you can attach a string to them from the top or another pipe cleaner and hang them whatever angle makes sense for your shape. And you can hang them in a sunny window, or maybe you want to decorate something else with them. But enjoy! All right, thank you for watching today. If you have any questions, please email me, and please email me pictures of your beautiful borax crystals.